Hello students, welcome back. So today we are going to be focusing on order of arithmetic operators. Suppose you're given this expression right here and you have to evaluate this. Well, this one contains a multiplication, an addition, division, a minus, exponentiation. So the question is, which one should you evaluate first? Should you do this one first or should you do 1 minus 2 first? Because each one of them, depending on which one you're doing first, your answer would be different. So Python, it follows this rule, operator precedence rule. This rule is similar to the PAMDAS rule that we studied in our school, which if you remember, this was the acronym that was used was please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. In some other countries, you might have seen called BODMAS rule, BODMAS rule. So basically the rule says this, that when you have an expression like this is the order you have to follow to evaluate these expressions. You do the parenthesis first. That's what this P stands for. Then you do the exponentiation next. That's what this E stands for. And then you have multiplication division. Then you do that next. That's what your M and D stands for. And then finally, you do addition subtraction. That's what your A and S stands for. Now, at the end, there's a little rule that operators that have the same precedence, they will be evaluated from left to right. In other words, when you have plus and minus together, you're gonna do plus. You're gonna do the evaluation from left to right, except this one right here. Okay, so let's understand this through an example. Suppose you're given this expression right here, and you have to evaluate this expression. Your A equal to 2, your B equal to 3, and your C equal to 4. So in this particular instance, what Python does, it follows this rule right here, this one. According to this rule, it's going to do, now if you look at this over here, you have plus and you have multiplication. So it's going to perform this operation first because multiplication comes before your addition and subtraction. So it's going to perform b times c first. That means 3 multiplied by 4 is equal to 12. So this is your 12. And then when you get 12, you add 12 to a. Then a is 2. So 12 plus 2 is 14, and your answer will come out to be 14. This is what happened. Now, what if you want to perform a plus b first? Maybe you want to override that behavior. You can do that too by using parentheses. So in this case, I'm telling Python because I know that parentheses will take higher precedence. So I'm telling Python that, hey, I want you to evaluate your a plus b first. So in this case, when I run this, it's going to do a plus b first. In other words, 2 plus 3, and the answer would be 5. And 5 times c is 4. So 5 times 4 is 20. And if I run this, it's going to give me the answer as 20. Let's come over here. Let's run this, and there you go, 20. So let's look at this example. Suppose my ABC is defined by these values right here. And I want to calculate this result, A plus B times C. Well, in this case, I have a plus and I have a multiplication. So which one should I perform first? Well, Python is going to look at these rules right here. According to these rules, your multiplication happens first and then you have addition. So Python is going to follow this rule over here and it's going to perform multiplication first. In other words, it's going to do B times C. So your B is 3 multiply by C. C is 4. So this comes out to be 12. Python's evaluated this. Now it's going to do addition after this. So 12 plus A. A is 2. So 2 plus 12 and the answer is 14. So when you run this, Python is going to create and produce an output 14. Let me come over here. All right, run this. And there you go, 14. What if you want to override that? What if you want to use a plus b first? Well, you can do that by using parentheses. You can put a plus b inside a parenthesis. And that's because Python is always going to evaluate your parentheses first. So we can use that to our advantage. In this instance, I want to do a plus b first, so I'm putting a parenthesis over here. So in this case, Python is going to do a plus b first, and then it's going to multiply by your c. So in other words, a plus b, that means 2 plus 3, okay, and the answer is 5. Python is going to do 5 and then it's going to multiply by c is 4. So 5 times 4 and the answer is 20. So when you run this, Python is going to produce the answer as 20. Let's run this and there you go. Now let's take a look at another example. In this case, I have result equal to 2 exponentiation operator 3 times 4. Well, in this particular instance, which one is going to happen first? Is it this one or is it this one? Well, go back to the rule again. In this particular instance, your exponentiation takes higher precedence over your multiplication. So in this case, it's going to perform this operation first. 2 to the power 3. Now 2 to the power 3 is 8. It is going to be 8, multiply by 4. So 8 times 4 is 32. So when I run this, the answer will come out to be 32. What about this example right here? Well, in this case, I have 10 plus 6 divided by 2 times 3 minus 1. Well, this looks kind of like a scary looking expression, but just follow the rules. According to those rules, your multiplication and division, they take higher precedence over plus and minus. So, but you have both division and multiplication in this case. So what you're going to do, your multiplication and division, they're going to be evaluated from left to right. So let's do that. So let's do this one first. So 6 divided by 2. Let me use marker. You can see that. So in this case, this expression will become 3 because 6 divided by 2 is 3. And this is your times 3 minus 1. And this is plus 10. 10. All right. And after this, it's going to do this one. 3 times 3 is 9. So this becomes 9. So this has become 10 plus 9 minus 1. And then 10 plus 9 is 19. 19 minus 1, right? And 19 minus 1 is 18. So the answer should come out to be 18. Let's see if the answer comes out to be 18. Come over here. Let's run this cell. And look at that, 18. Let's look at this last example. In this case, this is my expression right here. So in this case, you have parentheses, there's a plus, there's a multiplication, division, plus, minus, and exponentiation. Again, follow the same rule. Always do, let's go back to the top rule, always do parentheses first. So come down here. So let's evaluate our parentheses. In this case, parentheses is going to be 3 plus 1 times 4. Well, in this case, you have plus and multiplication. Again, follow the rules again. So in this case, according to the rule, you always do the multiplication first. So 1 times 4 is 4. So 3 plus 4 is 7. So in this case, this will come out to be 7. So this is your 7. All right. Multiply by 20. Actually, you know what? Let me just go down now because I have some space. 7 multiply by 20 divided by 5 plus 1 minus 2 and exponentiation by 3. Okay, after this, you have exponentiation because that takes the next highest priority. All right, so 2 to the power 3 is 8. So this becomes 8 right here. So this is plus 1. This is 20 divided by 5. And this is multiplication. This is 7. All right, now you're going to do, now you have multiplication and division. This takes higher priority. So you're going to evaluate this thing from left to right. So in this case, 7 times 20 is 140 divided by 5 plus 1. And then this would be, oh, this was minus over here, minus 8. All right, 140 divided by 5. And the answer is, let's see, times 4, 5, 4, 28 plus 1 minus 8. And now you can solve this thing. 28 plus 1 is 29. 29 minus 8 is 21. And the answer should come out to be 21. So let's run this. And your answer is 21.